Hey y'all, it's your boy Jacobbird64 here, and happy Friday the 13th. Here's my Friday the 13th shirt I'm wearing. I have some pants. See? Okay, yep. And some socks. Long socks. So yeah. I'm pretty much all geared up, I guess you could say. And today we're talking about Friday the 13th Part 2. Spoilers in my opinion. Let's hop into it. Starts out with the main character Alice from the first one having this dream. It's kind of or nightmare, my bad. Um where it's a sequence or a recap in a way of the original movie. So I'm not really going to talk about it. Lasts for a couple minutes, like five. Then she goes around walking around, showering, getting a phone call from her mom, and then a cat appears. Wants some food. She goes to the fridge. Oh my gosh. It's Jason Voorhees' mom. Her head, Pamela's, in the fridge, all like gray and stuff, and she's screaming, and Jason grabs her. It kills her right there in the first like 10 minutes, I think. Yeah. And then you get the title sequence with the good music and stuff. And then you get to the main characters now. They're trying to get some directions again, but their vehicle gets towed, despite it being there for like maybe a minute at most. Like, geez, chill. But it's just a prank, so nothing too serious. Thank God for them. And then you meet Paul, who's kind of like the leader of this new camp. It's been 5 years since the original movie, in case you're all wondering. He kind of tells a legend of Jason Voorhees and his mom and all that stuff, which is actually true, but he doesn't even think it's real. So later, he's like, "Oh yeah, I was wrong." Jennifer is there, and she's like studying this child mental thing, something with children. Um, you get this whole cast, a lot of campers. One who's in a wheelchair, one the child like studier or something, Paul the leader, um, these two people, Scott, and then the girl, or like his girlfriend, and yeah. Oh, Mark, that's the guy's name in the wheelchair, by the way. On their run, they're like running, they're like swimming, they're doing like campy stuff. Um, but they have a little dog too, so that's nice. One of the girls wants to go check out Camp Blood. Ooh. So they go over there and see a dead like dog kinda. But it's apparently it looks just like the other dog. But they can't quite say that 100% it was, but we the audience know that it was that dog. Oh, and guess what? Crazy Ralph is back from the first one. He's kind of walking around this new Camp Crystal Lake. Um, he's behind a tree at one scene and he's dead. Yep, Jason gets him. So pretty much everybody from the original, except for Jason himself, is dead. Pretty much. Kind of sad. All the main characters, at least, not like the side characters. Although he only appeared like 2 or 3 times in the first one, so yeah. I do think he appears a little more in this one, if I'm being honest. So when they go over there, a cop even gets them. He's like, "Hey, Paul, punish these people." And he's like, "Okay, I will. No dessert, and they're going to stay here, while me and like 3/4 of these campers, yeah, or counselors, are gonna go drink and party," which is kind of dumb of Paul. You would think that um, I get like staying at the camp and not being able to go party is a punishment, but or getting dessert, but like Paul, you're gone, dude. They can literally go back into Camp Blood, who as it's called. They can literally go back onto trespassing, eat all the dessert too. So like You're not doing your job great, bro, if I'm being honest. Oh, but the cop, as soon as he leaves the place, a guy's running past. You don't get to see him. So he's chasing him around for a while, gets to this old shack or old little house. Looks around, explores this. There's like a bathroom, little closet. Then he opens his door and his face is shocked. You don't see what's in there as of now. You see it later. But this person who's running in the forest that the cops chasing, this is Jason, and he gets a hammer and he just whacks him in the head. Pretty much they just introduce this police officer just to die in the next scene. I'm being dead serious. No character development for him really. Kind of a shame. He could have been pretty good, but that's okay. So, yeah, Mark is arm wrestling with this guy. One of the girls goes into the water, and her Scott or Steve, yeah, Scott. He's messing around with her. And there's just like a little trap, stepping at the rope, takes you up there, takes you up upside down, So she's got to go get a knife to go cut him down. But Jason's actually can do that for you, but instead of the rope, it's your neck or your throat. But whatever. Then she goes there, tries to help him out. And oh crap, he's dead. And now you are too. Off screen. Kind of lame, but actually it is lame. Not kinda. It is lame. I mean, yeah, let's be honest. Hold on. Got my McDonald's Coke here. Yeah. Such a I don't like deaths like that. So, okay, and then Mark is like there and he thinks he hears a noise, which is kind of funny because I don't hear it until he's like, "Are you out there?" And I'm just watching the movie, like I don't hear anything. And then when you hear Jason do the he's not saying anything. He's like, I was like, shouldn't you be saying, "Are you there?" Because now I can actually hear it, a noise. But he gets killed with a cleaver and he goes all the way down the stairs. You get to see that. And oh yeah, they still do that white thing. Uh, but during some of the kills, but at least you get to see the kill, and it's not like this white screen like in the first. Like that was so dumb. I don't think any of the kills really do that in this movie, if any. So thank goodness. Oh, and this girl and this boy are in bed, having fun. That's a more kid appropriate word to say that. Although this is not a kid movie, so why would I really care that much? But Jason comes in there with a spear. Boom! Two and one, pretty much. He gets them at the same time. It's a shame the boy didn't even. He had no clue. The girl's like, and he's probably like, "What?" That's how it probably felt. Then this last girl goes up there, and then here's a little annoying thing. She starts talking. Sandra, is that you? Sandra. But it looks like she's sleeping. It's like, respectfully, can I? Who does this? Hey, 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 like 20 times. Looks like she's in bed sleeping. I'd have been like, oh, my bad. And then I would have closed the door. But no, she decides to get up and be like, hey. And then, oh, but Jason's in bed with her. Um, sounds a little odd, but, he's like waiting for her to surprise her. And also, she gets cut in the leg and she's like, and Jason's like, I kid you not. See how long that took? I know her leg got cut, and I mean, but like, but this dude is literally taking his sweet time. And by the way, it's a small room. It's literally like here. to here. That's how close they were. Maybe here. Maybe here at most. He's like this. He's like this close the scene I'm talking about. He's moving this fast. Ay ay ay. I mean, oh boy, this is slow. Almost there. Oh, you finally got her. Dude, this girl could have literally already been out of the house by now. I'm being serious. Or the cabin, whatever, but I'm being dead serious. He's moving slow. So Jennifer and Paul are there at the bar and they're talking about what if it was real, and Paul's like, yeah, it's just a myth. But that's been proved. He gets proven wrong. So they get back there and they're like, oh man, what's happening? And then Jennifer is like, Paul, there's somebody in the room with us. Paul fights him, Jason, no. And he loses because she kind of just, I always hate this trope. There are some tropes I hate in horror movies or movies in general. But one thing I hate, I'll tell you the other one for fun. One thing I hate in horror movies is when the girl's like, watch out! Just standing there, letting the guy get hurt, like the ally. Oh! Oh, get off me, Jason! Get off! And the girl. And then as soon as the killer's like, oh, I gotta go. Why do... You could have literally 2v1 this guy. And by the way, I'm just being honest, this is not the Jason that we all know. You know, his appearance is a bag over his head. Sackhead Jason or baghead Jason. And no offense to this Jason, but this is not like one of the stronger Jasons. This is one of the weaker Jasons, I'll be honest. Not calling him weak. He's decently strong, but he's not like as strong as he is in the other movies. They could have definitely hurt him, put him down, right there. Maybe not kill him or like put him down for the whole, and then the movie's over. But they could have put him down for a little bit and go get some help. Like, yeah. And the second thing I hate, we'll just mention this, is when they play loud music, the one person, and then the other person's getting killed and they're screaming, but they can't hear. But they can't hear because the music's too loud, and they're screaming, "Yeah, this is so good!" The other person getting killed, and they can't even hear them. I always hated that. I always thought it was cheap. Being honest, and a lot of movies do that. So those are some pet peeves. But I don't think this movie does that second one, but it does that first one. So then she's running. She's like trying to get out the window, but Jason's already there. He's like, yeah, I knew you were going to try and do this. I've seen The Shining or something, So, yeah, she gets on her car and he's like just stabbing the pitchfork in there. Just sometimes wait behind a bush because he'll just run right past her. And he doesn't even know until like a little later. Also, this car scene I'm talking about. Literally, the pitchfork is stuck in the car, and he's on the floor, like he's all the way down the hill. You could literally grab that pitchfork and attack him with it. I don't know what she was thinking. Oh, but there's a scene where she hides under a bed. Jason's looking around, he's not checking under the beds really. A rat's there, or a mouse. It pees. Yes, the mouse literally ratted her out. No pun intended, but So, yeah, and then this scene, he's like right on this chair. So as soon as she gets out of the bed, boom, she can't really move. The chair suddenly breaks. Now, I get why, they got to kind of make her live. She's like the last she's like the last girl of the movie, the final girl. But you're really going to tell me, as soon as she gets out of the bed, his chair breaks? Oddly convenient, but okay. And then there's this another scene. She gets a chainsaw. Now that's nice. And then she like barely hits him and gets like a chairs and some tables. So it's good that she fought back, but now it's the time to get that chainsaw and literally cut him up. That would have been cool to see, but I don't know why she didn't do that. So many bad decisions. I mean, geez, this could have been over already, man. He's already down on the ground, not like passed out. Chainsaw, dead. Oh, okay, but they finally get to the house I was talking about earlier, where the cop was in. And what was behind that room? Well, it's his mom. It's her head. And one of the other girls from the movie, can't remember her name, but her mom's clothes is there. You know, the blue like sweater she wore. So she wears it and it's like acting like I'm your mom. You've done good. Stop killing. Get on the ground. And in his mind, he's actually seeing his mom. By the way, Betsy Palmer came back for like 3 or 4 lines just for this one scene. But hey, that's nice. I like that. But as soon as she's about to finish him, he sees he sees his mom's head, and he's like, "You tricked me." So it was a good plan. It really almost worked. Didn't get the kill though. But Paul's still alive. Paul's cool. And he goes fights him again. And instead of this, she grabs that sword, hits him in the neck. There you go. You improved on your past mistakes. In like 20 minutes, too. You know, it didn't even take that long. So good for you. They get out of there. They go back to like this cabin. Oh, wait, the dog I mentioned that was dead? Nah, I was kidding. That thing's alive. So what was that dead animal? And I don't know. I have no idea. It looked just like the dog. But it wasn't, so that's good. So yeah, the dog showed up and she brought a friend. It's Jason Voorhees, and he's out in the window, and you see his look. You know, he's got this hair, which is kind of odd because you know he's like bald, and it's not like the newer ones. You know how he has like a little bit of hair, like a couple strings of hair. No, no, no. It's like a full length hair, like dude. And you get to see his face. Pretty disgusting, but his face kind of always was. Let me just be honest. And the movie ends, in my opinion, not on a good note either. Uh, she's in the hospital, or no, she gets sent to this ambulance, and that's pretty much just it. Uh, it doesn't really. That's my dog. If you hear, it doesn't really end on a good note. It ends on a sad, like it's not really like I'm not saying it's a. It's hard to describe, but it doesn't end on a good note. You know, like oh yeah, we got out barely with all this trauma and all this. It doesn't end in a happy way. It tricks you. It really does. And apparently people had a theory that Paul was dead because apparently he was supposed to be dead. That was original script or something. So some people actually had a theory that he died because you never see him again. I always thought I only learned this recently because I always thought he was alive. And do I still think that? Yeah. I mean, it'd be nice to think he's still alive. Just for fun, at least. I mean, he's cool. And so is Jennifer. Good characters in this movie. Yeah, that's how the movie ends. Let's start with the positives. The kills are pretty good. Not a lot of ooh. I mean, there's like one kill that's like that. Thank you. Um, Jason's like first real performance. You know, yeah, he was in the first movie, but for like one really good jump scare. But that's about it. I like his design, although it's not iconic like the hockey mask is. It is good. I already talked about the negatives. Some things that just really, just logically does not make any sense, in my opinion. But nothing like too bad, by the way. Nothing that really was like this is a big negative. Just small complaints, you know, minor complaints. I do think it's better than the first one. I said that in my last Friday the 13th video, so if you didn't see that, go check it out. if you want, I guess. I always thought this was a better movie, man. Can't lie. Music's good once again. Characters are good once again. The kills are approved. Um, I like the little house he's in, where Jason lives. I like the final act with Jason. That's pretty entertaining. Way more entertaining than Allison and Pamela. Oh, I mean, just honestly. So I actually recommend this movie. I'd give it. I mean, I also do recommend the first one. Let me get. Don't let me say that like trick you. So yeah, I'd probably give this like a 8.4 out of 10. I think it's a pretty good movie. Solid movie. I don't know if it might be in the top 5 for this franchise. It's pretty good. Outside of those minor complaints I have, it's a pretty good movie. So yeah, go watch this, and part 3 will be next Friday. Happy Friday the 13th, everyone. And yeah, stay tuned for part 3 review coming out, what, February 22nd? Is that the next Friday? No, just the 20th, I think. Yeah. Sorry. I think it's the 20th. Yeah. My bad. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Maybe hit that like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody. Goodbye.